Hi, and hope you are doing well. I'm Jadi. This is Geeking with Jadi, and I wanted to show you one small contribution on the NetBSD world of coreutils. This is fun. The story is I was working on the coreutils. Coreutils, uutils/coreutils is a rewrite of the whole coreutils in Rust. As you already know for sure, Rust is a memory safe language, so rewriting core things, important things in Rust is useful and it's fun. I was contributing here and other Rust projects to learn more about Rust and coreutils and Unixes. They are doing a great job. If you don't know, coreutils are the core utils in the Unix world, like cp, ls, kill, users. All of these commands are parts of the core utils, and they can be present in different Unixes and Windows. So this is a rewrite. It should run everywhere on Windows, on Mac, on Linuxes, on all the Unixes, and on BSD Unixes. I was working on other parts which was more complicated. On the OpenBSD side, there was a bug, and I'm trying to solve it. It's not a bug, it's a feature. We have to add something. It's a larger project, but someone opened this one, which is very, very, very cool to show you something on NetBSD. It can be fun. The username is axbanas or axbanas or something. Commented 2 days ago and opened a bug. He says cargo build on NetBSD is failing. So on NetBSD, when you do the cargo build to build the project, it fails with this error. For me, being familiar with the whole project, with parts of the project, I mean, generally with the project, sorry for bad English, this is very, very, very clear what is happening. In source UU core, okay, core of the project, in libraries, features, fsext fails on line 645. Remember, we have to check this later for sure. But what is failing? The project defines a function which says block size. It returns the block size in I64 format. Here, it returns FB size. And Rust complains that I was looking for I64, but this is U64. This is unsigned. So, why this can happen? And it gives us a solution. It says you should have try into unwrap. Try to convert this to whatever is needed and unwrap the result to give back the OK. But this is not about renaming this, because on every single operating system, this is working except NetBSD. So we cannot just change a line and fix it. But the point is, coreutils should run on most operating systems, including Windows, Linux kernel and Linuxes, Mac, and BSDs. How they achieve this? When you want to have a project to be able to run everywhere, you need macros, preprocessors, and these kind of stuff. For example, in the middle of the code, you say, if this is C style, the operating system is this, you should do this. But if operating system is this, do this instead. Clearly, somewhere in this file, the project is asking, if this is FreeBSD, do blah blah. If this is Linux or Mac, do blah blah. We need one if NetBSD, do blah blah. The good point is I have a NetBSD installed. I was working on OpenBSD, OpenBSD ARM, Temple OS, but we have an image of the latest NetBSD. I will let it run here because it's fun. Let's see how BSD runs. You know about the BSDs. We had Unix long time ago, 1970s, and that times in AT&T and other companies, but AT&T was not legally able to sell Unix or software. So they were creating computers, sending the Unix to the different buyers, including universities. One of them was Berkeley University. So the students here, professors here, started changing the source code, making it better, adding things, and later named it Berkeley Software Distribution, I think. And it was BSD Unix. And giving it to their friends, to other universities, many people started using this. Very fun. After a while, AT&T sued them, said this is our intellectual property, and they said, okay, from now on we won't call this BSD Unix, this is Unix-like. And their version was 386 BSD. From this one, some people started NetBSD because it was distributing on the network mainly. And from NetBSD, another guy started OpenBSD, having some issues with NetBSD and this stuff. This is the story. Nowadays, we have this cool operating system. It's very minimal. OpenBSD is the most secure operating system in the world, at least what can be used on a laptop as a daily driver. They're very minimalist, very clean. Source code is much more readable than something like Linux because it's much smaller and doing the core things the best way they can. This is Jody. This is my password, and we are in a virtual machine in our NetBSD. This is CTWM. Window Manager. Very small one. It uses Xterm, nothing more. Very simplistic. It has DHCP, it has services, you can do different things. It has a very fun command, do as. It's like sudo, smaller, more user-friendly, and does what it needs to do. Things like OpenSSH, do as, even I think sudo are coming from the OpenBSD world. This is NetBSD. So, what is the problem? Okay, first we need this project there. I have Rust here, but I don't have this specific project. I can do git clone. That would be git at github.com, jody coreutils.git. I will clone the project. Okay, I was wrong. Okay. Let's try this. It will take a long time. As all of these videos where we are contributing something, I can describe what is going on. There is a GitHub. There is a project here. So it's coreutils under uutils. If you want to work on this, you have to fork this for yourself. I fork it here, already done. So then I git clone this. This is jody coreutils. I clone this. Now I have it. I create a branch. I will work here. When the fix is okay, I will commit it, push it back here in the branch, and then create a pull request to this project and will ask them to please, I have done this. Do you want to have a look at it? So this is the coreutils. If I go to the code, you can see that I can fork this project. I'm in uutils, coreutils. I will fork this one for myself. I've already done. I'm working on this. So it says already exist. Do you want to see existing forks? I say yes. Jody coreutils. Now it's forked in my environment. I can come here, check this address and git clone this. Now I have a version on my side. So when this is done, we can go to the next steps. Let's fast forward. We will have lots of fast forward because we are in a virtual machine. It's slow, compiling is slow, and everything is slow. So, and it's a large project. So I will do fast forward, but I will tell you what I'm doing. We can do a couple of, I will run another terminal. Like you can do as, ls will do as, root ls, much easier than a normal sudo to configure and everything. And if you want to add a software, you can say package in, because this is NetBSD, install something, for example, st. You are not enough rights. You don't have enough rights. Okay, I will do as it. You can install something. So here I have it, cd coreutils. Tmux also comes from the OpenBSD guys, and it's present in the NetBSD. You don't need to install it. I will zoom this. In many cases, you won't see people working like this in a virtual machine on a BSD machine. Some people, brave enough, I haven't done this yet, install it actually on their machine. I feel super productive if I do that, but you won't have something like Skype unless you go web-based. But the point is, most of the cases we run our virtual machine, and then from a terminal on my own machine, I SSH to this terminal machine and do whatever I want to do there. We won't use this GUI. But since we are not very familiar with the BSDs, NetBSD in this case, it's fun to use it and also see this CTWM. Cloud Stop Window Manager. It's based on TWM, but Cloud had done some changes clearly. cd coreutils. Am I in the coreutils? Normally even NetBSD uses, I think, SH or CSH or KSH shells. I have installed bash and using bash. Okay, I'm here. So we can do a cargo build and try building the project. Meanwhile, this will take a lot because it needs to download lots of things, and this is a virtual machine. This is not that fast. But here I can also go and read the source code. I think I don't have NeoVim here. I have it on Open BSD. But we can go to that file. It was, I'm here, coreutils, cd source, core parts are here, the modules which everyone uses. The tools are in UU. So again, source, lib, features, and vim, fs, ext, fs. It's like 6t. Okay, this is the file. I can do set numbers, set number. And that was 645, I believe. What I did, 645, capital G. We will go here. It was breaking somewhere here. Exactly, this is it. Let me make this larger. See, the exact thing I told you about. It has this block size function. It should return I64. And it says, configure, if all of these were true, do this. So if not target environment was for muscle, if it was not for Apple, AIX, Android, FreeBSD, blah, 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 run this. There is no NetBSD here, so this is run, this runs and fails. Because as the error showed us here, this will fail direct. It says we have to run this to fix it. Obviously, I cannot add it here, because if I add it here, everything will break whatever was working. I have to go to the same logic. So it says, if these were not the targets, run this. If then, if these were not the target, run this. If all of this and any of this, so it was not FreeBSD, it was not Redux, it was not muscle library, and it was not one of these at least, do this. If even this doesn't happen, if any of these, return this. I have to mention here we have not. So if it's not FreeBSD, if it's do this. If it's not FreeBSD, or at least one of these, do this. If any of these, do this. And this is what we were looking for. Very, very straightforward. I will wait for this compile to go forward and fail, and then return back and fix this. This was fun and is fun. Hopefully it will work. Okay, I'm back and we've got this error with the normal code. We were just trying to compile it. Exactly same thing in this file. We were looking for i64, but we got this, and this is the suggestion. So what we should do in the main code, I can come here. I can do the checkout later. So here it says this is the function with this configuration. If all of these are, if the config inside is okay, so all of these, not, return this. So I have to add one. I would say NetBSD. This is not super clear to know just out of the blue, but the point is I have some prior knowledge about this code. I have compiled it, was working on an OpenBSD issue, the much deeper issue than this. So I was kind of knew what is going on from the error. So this won't match. Also, I say not NetBSD, so not NetBSD here too. And here it says if target was any of these, we'll repeat this code, NetBSD, and you can see why Vim is this easy, or all the family, Neo Vim, but whatever. If this, so if target OS was NetBSD, and here we have any of these, so one matches, so this will be returned exactly as error wanted. It says, okay, try into unwrap will solve your issue. So I will write this. We'll try to compile it once more. Compiling it should not give us error this time. If it was going to give error on the same file, it should have happened much faster because it starts from where it broke previous time. It has some of them compiled already. So this is working. Let's wait. It will take a lot of time again. Okay, now we are on the last parts. We're here. So let it finish. The compile is done. And when this is compiled, normally we have to try it once, see if the binary works. It should work because we are not changing anything in the functionality. The problem was the whole thing was not compiling for NetBSD only. So if it compiles, we shouldn't have anything else, but it's always good to run a cargo test, to run all the tests and see. Although I have seen some of the tests are not running correctly on the BSDs because some of the functionalities are not implemented on the BSD yet. So, coreutils bin is being created. See. In TWM and others, the focus follows the mouse. So you can see the red. Now this is focused. You don't need to click. If you click, it brings the window to front. It has a clock, lots of features. I always wonder how people use these on the everyday production machine. It's very difficult for me because I record video. They may work. I use my webcam, microphone. Also, I need Skype and Discord for work. Anyway, so Now it's here. We can check the target, debug, and coreutils. It's working fine. Users is not found. I'm working on this one. So we have it. Now another slow step, cargo test. We need to run all the tests and see how they will work. It will compile some parts because for the test it needs some new modules. I will zoom to have all the screen and we'll come back to you later. Obviously some of the tests will fail, but it's good to run it always. Okay, it's finishing, it's compiled. This is very slow because I'm on a Mac ARM machine, but emulating or simulating, I'm not sure which one is the correct word in this case, on AMD 64 to be using a more standard NetBSD. Although NetBSD is one of the operating systems which runs on many, whatever you can think of, even a toaster. So let it compile, then it will have, I don't know, 100 or 70 or something tests. Some of them will fail because not everything is implemented on the BSDs, but that's fun thing I'm trying to solve partly. But let's first see if this works. If it works, I will create a new branch, will commit my changes using the issue number, which we will check. We will push to my repository jadi/coreutils and open a pull request toward the uutils coreutils. Let's see. It's taking longer. Give it some time. Okay, one of the CPUs are utilized. You can see how memory efficient this system is. This is up with a acceptable graphical environment. You can just add more blah blah to it. But it's only using 1.5 gigabytes after compiling a whole coreutils in Rust. Normally, it won't use more than 300 megabytes of RAM for the whole thing when it's up with some services. So this is super cool. It's creating the tests. Okay, it's running. Everything is okay up to now. I'm sure somewhere it will fail because not everything is implemented here. As you can see, failed 1. This is good. Operation not supported. Okay, good enough for us. Where am I? On the coreutils. Git status. One file is changed. Git diff. Let's see what we have. One new line here, new line here, new line here. Very easy and clean. So git checkout-b fix NetBSD build. Git status. I'm in this branch. I have this. I can say git add. I think I don't have username here. It's funny. Let's try. Git add. I think this yanks. No. Yank. No. Source. core source sleep features. fsext git commit-m. Let's check the ID 62. I was looking at this 62, 61. So git commit. It says, okay, you don't have your global name. I can do this, git config, global user email is jody@gmail.com, and git config. Let me see, what is my... Okay, only jody@gmail.com. Okay. And I will go with user name is Jody. Git status, git commit. Now I can say fixing the build issue on NetBSD. The NetBSD was missing from OS type checks on that specific file fsextrs. This fixes number, what was it? 62? 6261. Number 6261. Okay. fsext git diff to make sure that we are doing this correct. I will go with head. I will check with the last one. I can do a git commit -- amend to change this. What was this? OS type? Target OS. Okay. To make it cleaner, now this is good enough. Git log, this is clean, jody@gmail.com. We can try pushing this. Push, git push origin, git push origin fixed NetBSD build. This will push the project to my space. Now when this is done, I have it here. Okay, I have a new branch, has recent pushes, compare and create a pull request. I can say fixing the build issue on NetBSD. That's that NetBSD was missing from this, tested and works on NetBSD 10. Create the pull request. Now that I created this pull request, if I go to this issue will have a new check here, and it says, okay, there is a new mention of this issue in this specific PR. If I go to the PR, it's here, and I have to wait patiently and see if they check it. It's a little bit difficult because they cannot, not all of them will have NetBSD or enough time to check it on NetBSD. So may take a little while, or someone may just check the code. Code looks okay. It's a very simple fix. As I told you, sawing the issue, I guessed how this will be fixed. So for sure, those guys will know the fix. They were just waiting for someone to step in with NetBSD and does this. They may ask for extra things in the same repository. I have been asked to add tests. In this specific case, we don't have a test for this. We don't need a test for this. But whatever they say, you should gladly listen, learn new things, add whatever is needed, and wait for your code to be merged. Have fun. Thanks for being with me. If you really watched up to here, congratulations, you are going to be a good programmer. Have fun. Install NetBSD, try OpenBSD, go with Dragonfly, whatever. Just run in virtual machine. Have an hour of fun, maybe a lifetime of